Good evening, children. Today let us see chemistry of some substances, compounds which play important role in our daily life. And the first important such compound in this chapter, acids, bases and salts, is bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. This is popular name in the market. And let us see its chemical name and chemical composition. Chemical composition of this bleaching powder is CaOCl2. This is chemical composition of bleaching powder. Now let us see the bleaching powder, which is very important substance, and how it is formed. In order to form this bleaching powder, or in order to prepare this bleaching powder, what we are going to do is we will take slated lime. This is slated lime, and that too it should be dry. In the sense, moisture should not be there. So slated lime we are taking, and into it we are passing chlorine gas. As a result, these two substances react with each other chemically and gives rise to CaOCl2, the required product, and then water. And this is the required powder, bleaching powder. Actually, what you call composition of bleaching powder is very complex. It contains many materials, but among them, this is there in large quantity. Bleaching powder, calcium oxychloride, is there in large quantity. Like for LPG we write butane, because butane is there in large quantity in LPG, even though the other hydrocarbons are there in small quantities. We write butane because that is there in large quantity in LPG. Similarly, in bleaching powder, this compound is there in large quantity. What are the other compounds? Other compounds are calcium chloride, right? Calcium hydroxide and water. So besides this compound, we have calcium chloride, right? Calcium hydroxide and then water. So all these compounds together is said to be bleaching powder, but in that this compound is there in large quantity. So that's why for bleaching powder usually we write this formula, right? So this is bleaching powder, and composition is complex. Composition of bleaching powder is complex, means many compounds are there in it. So all those compounds are not required for you people. If you know this formula, that is enough. Now, what is called bleaching? First of all, you should know the meaning of the term, that is bleaching, right? Bleaching means removal of color, unwanted color. Bleaching powder plays important role there in removal of the colors. So as far as its importance is concerned, we can write like this. It removes unwanted colors from the clothes. Unwanted colors are removed from the clothes, right? That is one use. Remove unwanted colors. Just a minute. Yeah, it removes unwanted colors from fabrics. So it is used in textile. Industries. It can be written in that way. Okay, this is one application. Next, bleaching powder contains oxygen in it. So that oxygen it can give to other substance. That means acts as oxidizing agent. So one application is it removes unwanted colors, and next application is it acts as oxidizing agent. Next, it is used in removal of or killing of the germs. So makes water germ free. So all the germs of water can be killed. So water can be made germ free. Right. So these are some of the applications of what you call bleaching powder. History of other compound, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. It is also known as sodium bicarbonate, and its composition is NaHCO3. Now let us see its preparation. How is this compound prepared? In order to make this compound, we need 4 constituents, 4 reagents. What are those reagents and how is this substance prepared? To make this substance, one reagent required is carbon dioxide. Next, ammonia. Right? Next compound, sodium chloride, and then water. These are the 4 different reagents that are required for making sodium hydrogen carbonate. When all these reagents react with each other, you will get sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride NH4Cl. Let us see. Is it balanced? 3 oxygen atoms. 3 we have. Hydrogen atoms 5. 3 plus 2. Chlorine. Yeah. So this is sodium chloride, and this is ammonia gas, carbon dioxide and water, that's known to you, and this is sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, it can be called as, and this is ammonium chloride. So that's about preparation of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Right? So this can be asked for 1 mark. In 2 marks question, this can be the part of it carrying 1 mark. Or you may be asked to name the reagents required for making the sodium hydrogen carbonate. Right? It can be asked. That's about preparation. Now let us see the properties. Here, sodium hydrogen carbonate, it is a white colored crystalline substance. Right? Next, this substance in aqueous medium has pH more than 7. So, it is basic in nature. Basic in nature since pH is greater than 7. Next, since its pH is greater than 7, so it is basic in nature, therefore it is used for neutralization. Hence, used for neutralizing acidic substances. Right? Next, when it is heated, what happens? What are we going to get? Let us see. Effect of, it can be written like this, effect of heat. So sodium hydrogen carbonate powder will take in small quantity, pinch of sodium hydrogen carbonate, and then we will heat it. So when it is heated, we will get sodium carbonate. Right, 2 sodium atoms. Then we write here 2. And next product is water. And 2 carbon atoms. Here we have only 1 carbon atom. So I will write here carbon dioxide. Let us see whether it is balanced or not. 6 oxygen atoms are together. 3, 4 plus 2, 6. Sodium atoms 2, hydrogen atoms 2. Yeah, it's balanced. And this product is known as sodium carbonate, and CO2 is gas. And this CO2 gas is used in making the edible things fluffy, spongy, you can say. So while making idli, while making pakora, right? While making what do you call cake, this baking soda is used in small quantity. While making bhajia, right? These are the different eatables, edible things in which sodium bicarbonate or baking soda is added in small quantity. Right? During preparation, what happens is this carbon dioxide gas is released, and that will make the cake spongy. That will make pakoras tasty. Right? So that's about importance of sodium bicarbonate, which releases carbon dioxide upon heating. So we can say effect of heat. Okay. If you are asked for 1 mark, how is sodium carbonate prepared from baking soda, then this should be written. The importance that 1 mark question can be in the form of MCQ like this. Sodium carbonate can be prepared by heating A. Calcium hydrogen carbonate, B. Potassium hydrogen carbonate C. Sodium hydrogen carbonate D. None of these. So you have to go for third option, which contains sodium in it. That is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So that's about chemistry of what you call sodium hydrogen carbonate. It includes preparation of sodium hydrogen carbonate and also its properties. Before going to start the new compound, let me add one more application in sodium hydrogen carbonate. That is, to sodium hydrogen carbonate, right? If we add sodium hydrogen carbonate, it is baking soda, right? By adding tartaric acid, we can make the compound which we are going to get slightly acidic. So that point, if you want, you can add. Now we will move to the other salt, that is sodium carbonate. Its composition is Na2CO3. Now let us see something about this compound, sodium carbonate. How is this compound prepared? And from this sodium carbonate, how is washing soda prepared? As far as preparation of sodium carbonate is concerned, it is prepared from sodium hydrogen carbonate. So that equation you can repeat here for making a sodium carbonate. And from this sodium carbonate, let us see how is washing soda prepared. Right? Baking soda is edible thing. We can eat, but not washing soda. How is washing soda prepared? Let us see. Before going to see its preparation, let us see chemical name of washing soda. Chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate decahydrate. This is chemical name, right? And formula of washing soda is Na2CO3 10H2. Na2CO3 10H2O. Now let us see preparation. So what we are going to do is, in order to make washing soda, we will take sodium carbonate, right? So that we add 10 water molecules. This is sodium carbonate. Right? When 10 water molecules are added, we will get Na2CO3 10H2. Now this is called sodium carbonate decahydrate. Sodium carbonate decahydrate, and its popular name is washing soda. Here 10H2O exists in that compound in the form of water of crystallization. So because of these 10 water molecules, entire washing soda will not be in liquid form. Right? So this is water of crystallization. In that crystal it exists. Now let us see some salts of this type. That is blue copper sulfate, blue copper sulfate. Its composition is CuSO4 5H2O. Here we have 5 water molecules. So 5 water of crystallization. 5 water molecules are there with copper sulfate. I gave an example for the compound containing 5 water molecules. That is blue copper sulfate. Blue color copper sulfate composition is CuSO4 5H2O. Now if we heat blue color copper sulfate, what happens is it undergoes dehydration. It loses water molecules and becomes CuSO4 plus 5H2O. So this is white copper sulfate and this is blue colored copper sulfate. Now what I am going to do is I will take white copper sulfate and I will add water to it. From that water it takes 5 water molecules, that is white colored copper sulfate. It takes 5 water molecules and becomes copper sulfate pentahydrate. Here this exists in the form of water of crystallization. Right? This is blue colored copper sulfate. So this is one example. In this way we have many hydrated salts which contain water of crystallization in them. And those water of crystallizations will not make the salt into solution. Fine. Now we will move to another compound. Before moving to the other compound, let me tell some important uses of sodium carbonate. It doesn't take much time. Uses of importance. Sodium carbonate. Right. It is used in glass industry. Right. Used in glass industry. Is also used in making good quality of paper. So paper industry. Next, the sodium carbonate is also used in fire extinguishers, to extinguish the fire. Used in fire extinguishers to extinguish fire. Right? And it releases carbon dioxide gas when it reacts with hydrochloric acid. That carbon dioxide gas can be used in extinguishing the fire. So it will be like this. So when sodium carbonate is treated with HCl, it gives rise to sodium chloride, H2O and carbon dioxide. 3 oxygen atoms, 2 sodium atoms, and here 2 hydrogen atoms. Here you have only 1 multiplied by 2. Yeah. So those form carbon dioxide gas is used in extinguishing the flames. That's about chemistry of sodium carbonate. Now we will move to the other important compound. And that other important compound is plaster of Paris. It can be abbreviated by POP. P-O-P. Means plaster of Paris. And its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Its chemical name, right? Chemical name calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Hemi or semi means half. HALF 1/2, right? CaSO4 half H2O. That is the meaning. CaSO4 half H2O. This is nothing but calcium sulfate hemihydrate. This is chemical name. This is chemical composition, means formula, what it contains in it. And this is short form of plaster of Paris. Now let us see its preparation. In your syllabus, preparation of POP and its importance are included. As far as preparation is concerned, we are taking gypsum. Gypsum composition is calcium sulfate dihydrate, means 2 water molecules will be there in gypsum. If only half molecule of water is there, it is calcium sulfate, right? So it is prepared from gypsum. Its composition is CaSO4 2H2O. This is gypsum, right? This gypsum compound is heated. Usually this heating will be around 373 Kelvin temperature. As a result, from gypsum molecule, from one molecule of gypsum, 1.5 water molecule is separated during heating. Means we will get calcium sulfate hemihydrate plus 1.5 water molecule. 3/2 or 1.5 water molecule we get. And here this is called calcium sulfate hemihydrate. This is nothing but plaster of Paris, right? So that's how plaster of Paris is made from gypsum. Gypsum contains 2 water molecules. So when gypsum is heated, it loses 1.5 molecule of water and results calcium sulfate hemihydrate. This calcium sulfate hemihydrate is nothing but it is nothing but plaster of Paris. Okay. Now let us see its importance. It is used in making of plaster of Paris is used in number 1 making of toys, statues, right, and used in making the surfaces smooth in the constructions. So used in making surfaces smooth in constructions. Right? And the last use or importance is used in joining the fractured bones. Joining the fractured bones. So importance or uses or applications means same. Once again, plaster of Paris is a white colored powdery substance. This plaster of Paris can be abbreviated by POP, POP. Chemical name of plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate hemihydrate, and its chemical chemical composition is CaSO4 of H2O. And this calcium sulfate hemihydrate is prepared with the help of the compound gypsum. Gypsum contains two H2O molecules. If you take one molecule of gypsum, in that water molecules will be 2, right? So that CaSO4 2H2O together will make one molecule of gypsum. And when the gypsum molecule is heated, it loses particular amount of H2O. That is 1.5 H2O. 3/2 H2O is removed from gypsum. As a result, we will get plaster of Paris, whose composition is CaSO4 half H2O. It is also known as POP. Next, importance. Plaster of Paris is used in making of toys. Number 2, it is used in making of statues. Next, it is used in making the surfaces smooth in constructions. And it is also used in joining the fractured bones. So that's about chemistry of plaster of Paris. Thank you, children. Ashok sir. Ashok sir. Video recording का chapter खत्म हुआ with that topic. So shall I keep this here?
तो इसको मैंने